DOJ is currently on a layoff rampage. Over 100,000 federal workers have already lost their jobs, and with Elon Musk convincing his supporters that these federal workers are lazy or of low value, his own department is employing someone who seems to have quite a bit of free time on her hands. McLaurin Pinover works in the Office of Personnel Management, which oversees these layoffs, and her job is to defend the layoffs. She's essentially DOJ PR. Just a reminder that the layoffs are being justified by saying that the workers aren't working enough to the point that they are wasting government resources and tax dollars. Pinover, however, is still collecting a government paycheck, despite the fact that during her working hours from her government office, she has filmed and posted at least a dozen videos for social media, not promoting the office in any kind of official capacity. No, she's doing outfit of the day posts, complete with affiliate links that earn her commissions, as if this is 2012.
A young woman posing in front of a camera over and over and over again, showing off her trendy but timeless professional fashion. But she's no ordinary influencer, and that's no ordinary office. Her name is McLaurin Pinover, and she's the Trump administration's new director of communications for the Office of Personnel Management, or OPM, which manages federal employees. All of these videos were shot in her government office, right here at OPM headquarters in Washington, D.C., ground zero for Trump's plan to cut thousands of workers from the federal government in the name of efficiency. Inside her office, Pinover captures video at her desk, putting on makeup, modeling new outfits to her 800 followers. Pinover markets clothes on her account. Using what's called affiliate links, she could get a portion of any item sold through her Instagram page, like this $475 skirt or $300 dress, but it's unclear whether she's made any money.
Now, I've never liked the time tracking method of monitoring work. I don't think work, especially in the modern office sense, should be monitored or assessed based on whether or not someone is just sitting in front of a computer screen for 40 hours a week. I really don't like being micromanaged personally, but I don't think anyone else should be either. It's not an effective way for managers to extract productivity or innovation from their workers. Give them their tasks, give them their deadlines, and let them work. Or do whatever makes the most sense for the job that they're doing. But most of these office workers aren't just factory cogs just doing mindless data entry or whatever other repetitive task for hours on end. So Elon's email to federal workers demanding that they detail their work days to him so that he can determine if they're working enough despite having very little insight into their specific individual roles is insulting to any professional who takes pride in the work that they do. It's also just bad management of workers. It's a bad way to assess productivity. It's actually an inefficient way for the Department of Government Efficiency to monitor workers. Did Pinover receive the email? If so, how did she respond? Did she include her social media time in the email? And if so, why hasn't she been laid off? It's like what Pippin told Treebeard, the closer you are to danger, the further you are from harm. She's got a job in the department that's laying off everyone else. She will probably be fine, even though she was definitely not supposed to be filming herself in a government building, especially not during working hours. On her personal Instagram account, she only had about 800 followers, so she was hardly what anyone would call an influencer, though this story will probably help blow her up. Since the story has dropped though, she's deleted the account, so the videos are unavailable. This from CNN. I saw it and I was like, are you kidding me? That's my office. A former OPM communications staffer who asked not to be named out of concern for retaliation told CNN. She's the spokesperson for the agency that is advocating for the firing based on performance and efficiency of the rest of the government workforce, and she's using government property as a backdrop for her videos. She also had videos of herself typing at a computer in the office, and she used a song titled Busy Woman in the background. Like, seriously, what year is this? Are we still doing these fake productivity flexes on social media? Hashtag busy bee, hashtag working girl. The videos do go against federal regulations that prohibit the use of public property for unauthorized purposes, like outfit of the day posts. Donald K. Sherman, the chief counsel for Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, said, the rules don't give cover to a federal employee using government resources to subsidize their private business. It is highly problematic that while dedicated civil servants who want to work for the government are being fired for all manner of dubious reasons, are being forced out by this administration, that someone at the agency leading that attack on the civil service is using their government job for private gain. But using government jobs for private gain is exactly what this administration does. It really is all this administration does. It's kind of their thing. I had an Elon defender tell me the other day that those emails were just proof of life. It was just a check on proof of life. Give me a break. Elon posted on X when he sent out those emails that, quote, pretending to work while taking money from taxpayers is no longer acceptable. But Pinover was posting her wannabe influencer post on the same day that 20 people in her own department, not including her, got laid off. But for the most part, it's not like people are just sitting around collecting paychecks while not showing up to work. Why do we need a proof of life from any of them? Just look at the work that they're doing. If you want to do workplace assessments and audits, then do that. No one will have a problem with that. Those should be happening periodically anyway without Elon Musk having to get involved. What Elon is doing is dismantling entire government programs. 83% of the community planning and development team at HUD was fired and half of the Department of Education, just so he can find some way to pay for his own tax cuts. I'm done pretending that people who say things like that, like this is just some kind of proof of life thing, that Elon Musk is doing what he's doing for the greater good of all Americans. I'm tired of pretending that they're being sensible. I honestly cannot believe that people out there still believe that people like Elon Musk and Donald Trump are out here looking out for the little guys, that they're really doing everything they're doing because they genuinely want to make America great again, like it was great before, whenever it was great before. They've never really specified what or when they're trying to get back to. But anyone who says dismantling the Department of Education, for example, is helping to make America great again has already drunk so much of the Kool-Aid that they're not, in my opinion, worth arguing with. If you want to talk about efficiency, call a lost cause what it is when you see it. Don't waste your time on it. Spend your time elsewhere where you could potentially actually make some kind of an impact, or at the very least, protect your own mental well-being by exercising your right not to engage. We are tired and things are not likely to get better anytime soon. You're gonna need your energy. If your blood pressure spikes every time you go to the grocery store, buckle up. One thing that MAGAs and non-MAGAs seem to be in agreement on is that things are going to get worse before they get better, whether or not that should be the case. MAGAs believe that Trump and Elon are waging tariff wars on our allies and firing people from their government jobs and selling our protected national lands because ultimately it's going to benefit our economy, even if that means that our economy is going to tank in the meantime. But once the economy does bounce back, we are going to live in a MAGA dreamscape where they can live their lives free of the threat of anyone who does not look or think like they do. Gross. They've already moved the goalposts on things that Trump promised to do within 24 hours of taking office and did not do. They don't care. They're not worth trying to convince of anything. Sam Cedar tried it and look at how that went for him. Non-MAGAs, I think, are realistic enough to understand that things will get worse because Trump is actively doing things to make them worse, not because he has some altruistic grand plan that he is systematically implementing. We just think he's doing everything he's doing for his own benefit in some way, shape, or form. We can look at his personal track record of living life for proof of this. He is not a good person. The only reason he's co-opted Christianity while not displaying any Christ-like behavior is because he knows that people will stop thinking critically about him and the things he says and does if they somehow think he is aligned with Jesus or some kind of divine will. While MAGA voters, one at a time, are finally starting to understand that Trump is doing things that will and already have hurt them, especially MAGA workers who have had their jobs cut by Elon Musk, the rest of us are tired of waiting for them to catch up and catch on. Get there faster. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything out of this, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks.